I'm Virginia Simoes, Executive Secretary, DSPCA South. I'm here to inform you that an FIR has been registered regarding a crime that took place yesterday in Benauli, wherein a bullfight, a video, was organized. Unfortunately, the bulls had altercations under public viewing. One of the bulls got very scared and frightened and ran towards the sea. The sea was so rough that the bull could not manage to come ashore and lost his life. Now, this is an incident that immediately created a lot of, angst in the minds of people, because an innocent animal was forcefully made to enter into a fight, succumbed to the fight, and was so frustrated that it ran into the sea and lost its life. We humans are responsible here for the loss of that bull's death. Now, this should bring to notice the fact that videos have been banned by the High Court. There is a High Court order in place, yet everybody seems to be turning a blind eye. There have been several meetings, committees have been set up to control these events that take place. But sadly, they still seem to be continuing unabated. Hence, I request the authorities to kindly look into this matter more seriously, get on the ground, get on the field, and find means and methods to curb this video fights that take place on a regular basis.
Madam, have you all asked for the post-mortem?
Have we asked Raj can take over here?
So I've made a letter to the PI of Kulwa. So FIR has been registered. Now they are doing the necessary process. I've informed them the steps to go about it. So post-mortem has to be done. It's a vetro-legal case at the end of the day. So I've asked them.
Sir, but why these bullfights are continuously being held along the coastal line of Salsette?
How can I say that, sir? I mean, it has been happening from a long time. Okay. It is a High Court order at the end of the day. It is supposed to be illegal. But people are still following it because it might be that people do not know. But the craze about bullfights is so much that they are into it. At the end of the day, a few months back, there was a person who died in this bullfight only. Now, sadly, the bull also died today. I mean, it's a very heartbreaking. What else to say?
So, what steps have been taken to stop this? I think there was a seminar some months back.
Yeah, so the collector has formed a committee. So, in that, there's a mamlatdar. Now, suppose if that bullfight is happening in the particular location A, so the property owner of the location A also will be booked because it is happening in their land. So that is that thing.
It has been followed?
Yeah, it is being followed.
Because now, see, because of paddy fields are being cultivated, they are now having it on the beach.
Yeah, that is the...
Yeah, the fields were generally being used, but it looks like they've started finding new areas because, the minute a regular area is identified, it's not safe to conduct your video there anymore. So they're obviously being informed that look out, don't have your video here, shift the place,
and
move
it takes
to somewhere
only 15
else.
minutes for them to shift.
Do you think it's a failure of the police to act?
The police have to do more patrolling, this is what I feel. They have to be more responsive.
And identify. In fact, this point was brought up, identification of non-tagged bulls.
Yes.
If you mingle around and meet the people in the area, they can identify bulls that are being used for videos. So that is the strongest point. Once these bulls are identified, the owners can be identified, and those are ways in which this sport can be curbed.
Tagging has to be done mandatory. This is what we feel. Because once it is tagged, we know who the owner is, we know what is the update of the animal, because everything is on record. Now, for example, there have been so many accidents on that new Furtado-Nuve highway. None of the animals are tagged. Now, whom do I catch hold of? Because it is the duty of the owner to look after its cattle. And since of heavy monsoon and everything, you cannot see.
No, but who has to tag, sir?
The animal husbandry has to.
They should go to the villages and check.
They should, yes.
Not all animals are bought through schemes of the animal husbandry. So there lies the problem. Now, if an animal is purchased through an animal husbandry scheme, they ensure that the animal is tagged. But what about animals that are directly purchased from Karnataka, brought across the border, or purchased from some other person without proper, paperwork being done? These are the animals that are left untagged. So some method has to be arrived at wherein any purchase or sale of any cattle requires mandatory tagging of the animal before the sale can go through, or immediately after the sale is done.